I'm Yolande Poirier from Oracle Technology Network, and I'm here at Devoxx France today, and talking to Emmanuel Bernard. Emmanuel, hi.
Hello. Hey.
So, Emmanuel, tell us a little bit what you do for the...
So I work for Red Hat, and for them I've got several hats, so to speak. The main one is what we call platform architect on the data side. So all the middleware project that talks about data, so Hibernate, Infinispan, TID, and many others. I try to coordinate the various project leads to bring like a common vision into the market and us reusing that in our products. So that's one of my hats. The second one is working in the GCP to standardize stuff, especially in the JavaOne world. That's where I grew up, I guess. I'm part of the JPA 2.1 expert group, but I didn't contribute that much. But I was really busy on bin validation, which I'm the spec lead for. And finally, I'm still contributing in the community, some opening my ID and coding stuff into Hibernate and the various projects.
So what is the status of NetBeans validation?
Of bin validation?
Yeah.
We are almost done. We have so we're working on version 1.1, sorry, and we handed it over to the JCP so that the final vote would be cast to decide whether or not that would be an official standard. So we are I've seen already a couple of yes, so that's good news. So basically the real work is done, and we're just waiting for the formal step to being carried out. And this has been a long process. I think we started over 2 years ago, and we work a lot in the last 6 months, especially the last 3 months, to make it for the JavaE train. JavaE 7 is coming very soon, and we wanted to be part of it to contribute to the platform as a whole. So that's where we are.
So what are your favorite
the big features?
Right.
Yeah. So we were a bit conservative initially in 1.0, the first one, so we didn't want it to screw it up too much. So we've added a couple of interesting features. The big one is method validation. So instead of validating the actual object properties, we can also validate the method parameters. So when you call the method, we verify that the parameters are actually valid, otherwise you raise an exception, and then we carry on. So instead of you having to manually verify that step, you just declare the constraints via annotations on your parameters, then you're good to go. That's been a long work, so I'm happy to get that done. The second one has been improving the integration with dependency injection frameworks, and especially in CDI. So we have a very nice and natural integration with CDI. CDI is actually the framework that intercept the method call and call bin validation to validate things. And we also have support for dependency injection inside bin validation components. So we also worked into integrating the CDI spec and the bin validation spec. And speaking of other spec, we also work with JAX RS to support method validations, but for JAX RS beans. So every time you do a REST call, like a web REST call, then if the method is actually had some constraints on it, we will go and execute those constraints and validate it. So automatically, without you having to manually call that or set up some configuration, everything is going to work out of the box for you.
So the process in the GCP has been a lot more open. So can you tell us about the impact, or what have you noticed?
Yeah, so good news first of all, and we were already fairly open in our first version of the spec, but we decided to go forward, and so as part of that, we moved to GCP 2.9, which is the version 2.8 and 2.9 were the version that really opened up things. We try to push it all the way down. Everything is open source: the website, the spec, the reference implementation, the TCK. The mailing list is open, so you can come, join, and talk. You don't have to fill up any kind of form or anything like that. The issue tracker is open, so if you have a comment, go for it. We try to lower the barrier of collaboration to the lowest amount.
So what would you recommend if somebody wanted to just start contributing?
So go to binvalidation.org/contribute, and here we got all the list of stuff from the very simple joining the list to see what's going on, to contributing to a Jira, to proposing something, forking the spec, writing down the changes and giving it back to me so that we can interact and fix the issues if there is any, and then integrate that into the spec. So, if you're familiar with contributing to an open source project, you should be, very happy with bin validation.
And otherwise, everything is pretty much documented on
yes, we try.
Steps, right?
And if it's not, it's open source, so you can even contribute the documentation to improve it. So, see, I'm covered.
Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Good.